Can I help you? I want to report a rape. Okay, let's go someplace private, huh? Can you tell me what happened? It's okay, Megan. I'm just here to help. Take your time. That's not what Megan says.
She's angry and confused.
About what?
I threatened to pull the plug on her college tuition if she didn't drop that boyfriend and start buckling down.
So she's crying rape to get back at you? This would have happened if that therapist hadn't filled her mind with a lot of garbage.
Therapist didn't pull the trigger, Megan.
Hey, Victor, how you doing?
I'm working.
Well, you need to account for your movements for the last couple of days.
I don't have to talk to you. A jury found me not guilty, remember?
Okay, we'll talk to his wife. I'm sure she'll tell us what we need to know.
Why can't you just leave me alone?
Like you left Tina Cordell alone? You raped her, then you strangled her.
You know, you can't harass me. Not you and not her old man.
Her old man's dead, Victor.
Good. I can get on with my life now. Why don't you?
Oh, we'd like to, except he was murdered. That makes you prime suspect number one.
You know, you can't pin that on me, all right? The guy was unhinged. I even had to get a restraining order, but you cops, you never enforced
Well,
it.
that's because we figured a murdering rapist like you can handle yourself.
You know, Tina had a smart mouth, too. It got her in a lot of trouble.
That sounded like a threat.
Yeah, it did. Maybe we should arrest him, ruin his day.
Arrest me for what?
How about obstruction, resisting? It's a long way to the station house. I'll think of 1,000 things by the time we
I'll
get
let
there.
you stew in the can for a few days, maybe even leak that you're a pedophile. I bet after your arraignment, you'll tell us anything we want to know.
Yeah, 2 nights ago, I was home. Last night, my wife and I were at Lamar's class. She has the number. We're done.
Now we're done. Someone's got my partner in their sights.
They must not be very good since she's still breathing.
You were never very subtle, were you?
Save the finesse for business.
The dots connect back to you.
Sweetheart, I can't help you.
Sweetheart? Everybody, out, now, out,
What are you doing?
out.
You can't do that. What are you doing? Wait a
Get
minute.
a copy of the...
Hey, I was just trying to get in our man's head.
He hates me, so he kills people that I tried to help.
How's that make you feel?
How would you feel? Captain, I have some vacation time coming.
My mom and stepmom are both charity junkies.
Since when is charity a game of chance?
Look, you know what the biggest fundraising gimmick is? Casino nights.
So they made you bet until it hurt?
Smiles at you around here. People make a soap opera out of it.
Oh, so you weren't having an affair?
After the operation, Max was a different person. He was like a teenager, you know? He was funny and sexy, and it was a fling. I've been better.
Laura, do you know who did this to you?
No.
Can you describe him at all?
I don't know. I never saw his face. He was wearing a mask.
Tell me what happened.
I was just coming in the door from work, and he pushed in behind me. I closed my eyes and tried to go. He followed me around like a puppy dog. He'd do anything for me, but he wasn't supposed to kill Max.
Why did you stage your own rape?
I didn't. Once he killed Max, he owned me. I couldn't go to the police.
Rape by blackmail?
Do you have any idea how horrible it was? A jealous psychopath killed the love of my life, and I couldn't even go to the police.
Sweetheart, the reason that you couldn't go to the police is because you're the one that hired him.
That wasn't my idea.
Without help.
I was hit outside the bar, all right? I was knocked in the head and the rest is a blur. What do you want from me?
Why don't we start with the truth? There's no evidence that you were knocked out. There's no contusions to the back of your head.
Is willing to cooperate fully. But if the questions go outside the scope, I'll bury you in paper.
Well, we dream in triplicate, so let's just cut the chest thumping. Wesley Jansen says that he works for you.
We're acquaintances.
Why'd you lie to us when you said you didn't know him?
Most people don't want to get involved. I'm no different.
Sodomy in the...
It's a jealous gay co-star who bought into the make-believe.
Look,
All right.
if I don't work, I don't get paid, and we need this money.
Am I gonna have to call a lawyer? Give me the phone.
Why don't you call two? They'll both tell you to stay out of it.
Look. Minutes and I gotta block the next shot.
Vice gave us an earful about you. Lots of charges from extortion to blackmail.
Lots of trumped up charges, but no convictions.
Yeah.
You ever thought about doing a movie? You look like you'd be a real natural.
You still work for the Sarducci's?
They jumped her to teach you a lesson?
No.
Or maybe it had nothing to do with them. Johnny Chen said that you're not good enough for Helen. He embarrassed you, made you feel stupid.
Did you not? I think she was so beat up. Nobody was around. We heard sirens. I mean, it got so crazy. And she looked dead.
So you saved your own ass. The utility knife on the first date, she dropped the complaint the next
City.
then destroys the very culture that he's imitated. Well, until then, let's mark it as a sexual homicide.
Female asphyxial deaths.
Better than nothing.
With that.
How else was I supposed to get the information?
If you'd won, you would have received... So we'll hit the methadone clinic. Novichok could have been a client.
We talked to area hospitals.
No premature newborns admitted yet, but the hospital's on a... You think we missed her?
She needs her fix.
Could have gotten it this morning.
No, she's coming. Want to leave? Go ahead.
Or you could just stop being a jerk and tell me what the hell's going on with you.
Oh, you're exactly right. What's more, psychiatrists go through 4 years of medical school and a 1-year medical internship.
So he'd know how to do a crude C-section.
I want Dr.
You both ran it. For what? Attempted murder. Are you kidding me? Fredo terrorized Maria and her sons for 2...
You know, this is entrapment. I'm a victim of a sting operation. I'm here under,
False pretenses?
false arrest.
Hey, man, you're not even under arrest yet, so why don't you just settle down? Tell us about your friend, Ed.
Hey, screw you.
I can screw you harder. See, we have this handy little law enforcement tool that allows us to throw suspicious people like you in jail for 24 hours. Harry, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
City, left right after work. I hit a Royal.
Joey, you called Agent Tilden from the kennel at 6:37 p.m.
It wasn't me. A lot of people have access to that phone.
How'd you get down to AC?
My van.
He's got a van.
Yeah, they all do.
Don't tell me you just had it detailed.
It's funny you should say, because I was about to, but someone swiped it.
Joe, can you breathe without lying?
You file a police report?
All right, nice dress.
Yeah, it was a nice date. Where's lunch?
Banged in sick.
He's such a hypochondriac. How many times has he had anthrax this week?
Victim's name is Paula Grace. No driver's license in her wallet, just cash and credit cards. Her car registration says she lived in the East 50s.
Nice dress. Rock underneath her head when we rolled the body. Won't know for sure until we get her back to the morgue.
Thanks. We have any idea what she was doing down here?
Cops say this is like a lover's lane. Could have been a romantic interlude gone wrong.
What'd you find inside the car?
Number the purse. I haven't checked the trunk yet.
Trunk release isn't working.
Keys either. You see, this is narcotics. Drug dealers too cheap to put in a stash spot, so they rekey the locks, then disable the manual release.
Were you a car thief in a former life?
Morning. Nice dress.
Don't start.
We find out what this Ritex is yet?
It's a hot new cancer drug. Doc Warner says a 10-week course costs about 25 grand.
Which makes the supply in the victim's trunk worth a cool $1 million. Who knows what on the black market?
Anybody who knew those drugs were there could have driven off in her car.
Well, if the murder isn't about the drugs, what was she doing under the what?
How much longer is the trial?
A couple more days.
I didn't kill her. I needed her.
Till you were done with her. I wouldn't get too comfortable.
Probably off handling some investigation they didn't want your lieutenant friend to know about.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have asked them.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I do. You softballing them like that.
I'm not gonna go hard on two good cops unless I think they've done something. What side are you on?
The victims, where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, well, what about the truth? Your victim's definitely not telling that.
Oh, and your cops are? You didn't even ask them. You sounded more like their union rep than anything else.
I just call it how I see it.
Yeah? We just blew our chance, and now it's IAB's call. You're not much of a cop, are you? Followed you straight to her. You didn't even spot us.
You're hurting me.
It's gonna be the least of your problems, pal. Cassie, can you think of anybody that might want to hurt you? Said a row of tapes. I had no idea. She meant 3 dozen. I totally lost count. Where are we?
Tape number 9. No, number 10.
He, really seems to favor that one position
At
there.
least he's considered forgery. Signature's the same.
I know him pretty well.
We've become quite close.
How close?
I don't remember.
Well, think a little harder.
Seriously.
Looks like a cop. She's cool. Wants to know about the Huntmeister. Bad tipper. So you had a...
Very weak.
Hey, I didn't go looking for her. She wrote to me first. I got the letters to prove it.
So why you, Tommy? Why'd she pick you?
Chicks.
Right? Your marriage to Jessica Blaine is void.
Please. How many times do I have to tell you about your tone of voice?
Oh, I'm sorry. If my manners bother you, let me use your real name for this. Hotel del Sol, Serie de Luna de Miel. Luna de Miel means honeymoon. Son of a bitch. Why would Ed and Denise be staying in the honeymoon suite of that hotel?